What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Lido FX back at it again with another market forecast and another trade breakdown. So the video that I dropped last week, you guys loved the trade breakdown portion of the video. So I'm definitely going to be doing those going forward, just so you guys can understand my thought process on why I'm taking the trades that I'm taking, and also the moves that I'm looking for the upcoming week. So let's go ahead and pull the gold up right now. We're gonna keep this nice, short, and sweet. So we can see here on gold on a weekly time frame, price was in a critical area. We had this level of resistance. The story here was every time price came here, it dropped. It dropped. So now we're starting to see that price rejected this area, and of course we dropped. So last week we ended with a lot of bearish momentum. So we had bearish candle followed by bearish candle closing beneath these bullish candles here. So that let us know that there were potentially where there were sellers inside of the market. Now, currently where we are at, since we are approaching this level of resistance, well, resistance now acting as support, we need to be very mindful because, of course, on the weekly time frame, this is an overall uptrend. So higher high, higher low, higher high. So now that we are sitting at this previous higher high that was previously broken, we need to be very mindful because we could potentially see price reject this area and then continue on to the upside to continue to form higher highs and higher lows. So we're very mindful of that now that we are there approaching this week. So on a daily time frame, pretty much the same story. See the level of support, and now we're sitting at that area right now. So we want to see, okay, is price going to close above this previous bearish candle? That'll be indication that the market is potentially about to head bullish. So what that looks like on a smaller time frame is just understanding that it's a structure point. So we'll get to that on a smaller time frame. So on H4, we can see here that we were in this overall downtrend, and now we're starting to see an indicating factor that could be telling us some hints inside of the market right now. So currently the market is forming some divergence. So if I see here, the market is going down from this point to this point is lower, and then on the RSI is actually facing up. So it's in an uptrend on the RSI. So that's an indication that the market could potentially turn around. So being mindful of that, if I was to draw a daily fib from point A to point B, this is now sitting at 50% retracement level here. So that lets us know, okay, we're getting a descending channel into this level of our 50% retracement. That is an indication that the market could potentially reverse at this area. So on our 1 hour time frame, you can see we started to form this double bottom pattern, which is also an indication that the market could potentially turn around. But also we need to be mindful that we're still on our H1 forming lower lows, lower high points. So we broke this low, came back to retest this low as resistance, and we pushed down, but we failed to make a new low. So that's another indication that the market may or may not be ready to continue pushing down, and we could see a potential pullback from this area. So I'm just being mindful of that. But since we are in this overall downtrend on this 1 hour structure, there is still a high probability chance that price can continue pushing down. So what that looks like here on my chart, on the 4 hour, this is the green. So here we have the green divergence that I was illustrating, and then the blue here is just smaller minor structure time frames. Sorry about the noise. So from here, what we're looking at on the smaller time frames was we had this impulse push up, we had this retest of this trend line, and then currently where we're sitting, I could potentially see price coming up to this trend line here, and then I need to see what it does. If it's going to break above retest, then the next area will be this level of resistance, and then if we break above retest there, then we could look to carry it up to this gray zone right here. So that's what we'll be overall looking for. So to break down the trades that I overall took last week, I'll go over those as well. So for the week for gold first though, if we break beneath this level of support and retest, then we are still selling. We're still in the seller market. However, if we break above this level of resistance here, which was that daily candle that I was referring to, and retest, then we are looking to buy up to this area, this trend line, and or this gray zone right here. So if I have to give a ghost pattern for the week, the ghost pattern that I would give would be something like this, where we have a break and a retest, something like this to go higher. So this is what the move that I'm overall looking for the week. But we need to be very mindful and watch price at this green zone right here, because price could easily come here and shoot right back down because we're still forming lower lows, lower highs, and then make a new lower low. So definitely have to be mindful of that on gold this week. Now to go back to what the trades that I took this week. So the second trade that I took this week on gold was based off of this break of this blue trend line and a retest, and I saw a lot of wick exhaustion at this 78.6. And then it was on Friday, so the market was about to close, and I just went ahead and closed my profits because I was already content with what I had made, and I didn't need to hold on to it for the weekend, because I knew that if I was going to look for another buy opportunity, the market would present another opportunity once the market reopens. So I closed this one here with about 60 pips. So this was also a minor structure trend line where I closed it at as well. So if you pretty much pay attention to, you can see like I have a lot of minor structure trend lines that's letting me know like, okay, I'm entering the market. So even based off of this 5 minute, the same pattern that we're getting on the higher time frames on H4, we had a descending channel and we broke above, retest on M5, and that was an indication like, okay, this buy is valid and we're gonna carry it up. So that was the second trade that I took. And the first trade that I took, and I called this one in my signals chat, was just a simple break and retest of a level of support. So we could see, if we look at this structure in itself, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, we simply broke the most recent higher low point, which indicated a break of structure, a retest. So I called sales here, and then we carried it down to this next level of support. So that was a simple break and retest trade, and that one was about 160 pips. And then price pulled back one more time before continuing further. So what that looked like here was this simple move right here that I called on my signals chat. But of course, this is the most recent one, so it doesn't still have the TPs on it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looked like on my signals chat. So here, this was the setup. I said sell XAU USD, and then target the lows, and you can see TP1 hit 76 pips, and then all three TP smashed for 190 pips. And then we caught that buy as well that I was just referring to, and then I decided to close out because it was the overall weekend. So those were the two trades that I took on gold. And then let's go to US30. So I'm going to break down the US30 trade that we had last week. So right here last week, this is where we were at, this white line. I told you guys I had a green line above here as well, and I said if we break above this green line retest, we could go higher, but if we break beneath retest, then we're going to continue selling. And then so the market opened. As soon as the market opened, it literally had a push down, and we came back to retest this trend line one time, and then we had a push, and it was a great sell. So this sell was about 280 points. And then the move that I told you guys to watch out for, the break of this support and retest, we broke beneath, retested it, and then we had literally a huge drop all week. That was very beneficial, that you could have took advantage of. Me personally, I didn't take any of these sales simply because that's when I was in Miami looking for the venue for the FX Summit, so I didn't really get the chance to take a lot of trading positions. The only trade that I took for the week on US30 was this simple break and retest. So this trade was stemmed from understanding that we were at this level of daily support. So if I go to my daily time frame here, we could see that we had this level of support. The story here is every time price came here, it pushed up, and then we got to this daily level again. So it's a high probability chance that we could push up from this area. So when we got there, we could see that we had a reversal pattern, we had divergence in a descending channel, and then simply what I waited on was a break and a retest of this trend line. I entered a little bit prematurely right here, and then price gave us a little drawdown, but ultimately then we went and flew in to take profit. So I took this one when I was in the airport in Miami, and it was sort of towards the end of New York session, so that's why we didn't see the initial push. And then price consolidated inside of Asian session up until London, And then once New York came, we had another break and retest of this high and gave us another entry to carry this higher. Now I had a fib from here, point A to point B, and then I closed it at the negative 27, and price pushed a little bit higher to the negative 61.8. So that's completely fine. I was okay with that because this was a 200 point move. So between the 190 pip trade on gold, this 200 pip move, and then the other gold position that I believe was like 70 pips, that's what, 200 plus 190, that's 390, plus 70, that's what, 460. So 460 pips slash points all in off of 3 trades. That's great. So you don't always have to like take 1,000 trades to make a lot of money. Like, you simply just need to take good quality setups that will pay you out, especially when you increase your lot size, right? So now let me break down US30, what I'm expecting for the week, and then I'll go ahead and end the rest of the video. So here on a weekly time frame, we can see that we have a lot of wick exhaustion to end the week. That let us know that there were sellers in the market, but they failed to close. So now they were showing some buyers momentum inside of the market. On a daily time frame, same thing. We can see that we had this bullish type pattern here. So this is a bullish variation letting us know that there's buyers inside the market. So we closed above this previous candle here. So that's an indication that the market could potentially go bullish. And on the 4 hour, this is nothing but an impulse, a correction. Now we could potentially be looking for a continuation, showing a lot of bullish momentum on the 4 hour as well. So just based off of the 4 hour, if we do not respect this level of support slash resistance right here, the next potential target is up to 33,650 area, because that's the next high point. So on H1, pretty simple. I'll break this down a little bit more. So right now on H1, this is the trend line slash resistance that I was talking about. We're currently sitting at this resistance. So I need to see how price is going to react. So since we had this impulse push up to end the week, there's a high probability chance that we could have a correction before giving us a continuation to go higher. So what I'm looking for is, I want to see if price is going to respect this trend line, since this was just like a counter trend and we're rejected off it once, rejected off it twice, and now I want to see if we're going to reject off it again and then give us a pullback. However, price could just easily open up and push right up to this level right here and then give us a pullback. So that's definitely a scenario, since how fast like price was moving towards the end to how fast price was moving to end the week. So on M30, you can see pretty much the same concept. M15, we can see we're starting to form a little bit of ascending channel and divergence, but we just need to make sure, like, all right, is price going to break beneath this level? So I'm only looking for this pullback if price can break beneath and retest this, and then look to carry it down to here. Now, if that does not happen, then I will look for buys once we break above this zone right here, retest, and then we could look to carry it up to this potential zone right here. So that is what I'm looking for the overall week. Now, remember that we are in an overall downtrend on our 1 hour, 30-minute structure, forming lower lows and lower high points. So this could easily still reject this trend line here and continue to melt and go down and form a new low. So that's definitely a scenario, but you guys know that I like to take the market step by step. So this is what I'll be overall looking for. However, my ghost pattern is, my main bias is me looking for an overall pullback if we can respect that trend line there. So that's what I'm looking for the week. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. And also, I definitely found a venue inside of Miami. So now I'm just putting the final touches. Got to sign all the contracts and stuff so that I can get it for you guys. And then I will be dropping the location if everything goes smoothly. So let me know in the comment section if you are going to be pulling up to FX Summit, and also if you're going to be pulling up to the event. That way I can get a head count and kind of gauge how many people are going to be there. I look forward to seeing you guys all there. And let's go ahead and kill it this week. And let's make sure that we are following our rules, staying disciplined, and speaking highly and positive to ourselves, because that is a big portion in our trading. So I will see you all see you guys all next week, and take care.